Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are unpacking one of the most bizarre, absolute wildest ancient stories about vengeance you are ever gonna hear. We're talking about a narrative pulled directly from ancient texts that has it all. A protagonist with literally unimaginable power, a catastrophic grudge, and without a doubt, one of the craziest plot twists in all of mythology. Seriously, this story is going to challenge everything we assume about justice, victimhood, and the absolute extremes people will go to for their family. So think about this for a second. How far would you go to avenge your family, only to find out you were completely wrong? It's a pretty heavy question, isn't it? I really want you to hold on to that thought, because today we are going to unravel the mystery of a man who loved his slaughtered ancestors so deeply, he literally tried to destroy the entire universe in their name. But, well, what happens when the very people you're trying to avenge turn out to be the ones who orchestrated their own murder? Let's trace the steps of this incredible ancient account. Part 1. The Thigh-born Avenger. Okay, so every great epic needs a powerful origin story, and honestly, this one is just wild. Setting the scene here, a group known as the Kshatriyas were mercilessly slaughtering the Bhrigu race, and I mean mercilessly, going so far as to destroy even their embryos. So to protect her unborn child, a Brahmana lady hid him in her thigh. Yes, you heard that right. And she kept him there for 100 years. Now, during this century of hidden gestation, the kid wasn't just hanging out. He was busy memorizing the entire Vedas, the sacred texts, with the explicit goal of restoring the prosperity of his family line. When the time finally came, his birth was intensely violent. He literally tore open his mother's thigh to enter the world. And right out of the gate, as an infant, his sheer celestial energy was so bright, it instantly scorched the eyes of the murderous Kshatriyas, blinding them right then and there. Because of this absolutely incredible, violent entrance into the world, tearing open his mother's thigh, this best of Brahmana rishis earned a legendary name, Aurva, which literally translates to thigh-born. And this wasn't just some local nickname either. His explosive birth and that instant, terrifying display of power meant he came to be known by this title throughout all three worlds. He was instantly a massive force of nature. Now, at this point, you'd probably expect Aurva to just finish off the men who murdered his family, right? I mean, they're blinded and helpless. But the text gives us a totally unexpected turn. The blinded Kshatriya princes are terrified by the power of this baby, and they actually beg him to be propitious, basically asking for favor and mercy. His mother steps in and explains that she isn't the one angry with them, but her child is, enraged by the memory of his slaughtered race. Yet, amazingly, when they beg for mercy, Aurva actually grants it. He becomes propitious. Their eyesight is fully restored, and the princes just leave. It really seems like this profound moment of miraculous forgiveness, doesn't it? Part 2. A world-destroying grudge. Yeah, well, letting those princes walk away definitely wasn't an act of total forgiveness. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't forgiveness at all. To execute his real plan, Aurva turns to a specific ancient practice, severe asceticism. Now, we normally think of meditation and self-discipline as peaceful, finding your center, all that, but in this text, it is completely weaponized. Aurva devotes himself to the absolute austerest of penances, specifically to generate a fierce, immense celestial energy. He wasn't doing this to find inner peace. He was doing it to pay homage to his slaughtered ancestors. And his ultimate goal? To generate enough raw power to literally wipe out every single creature in existence. So this wasn't just about the Kshatriya princes anymore. Not even close. His vengeance escalated to target the three worlds equally. We're talking humans, 33%. The Asuras, 33%. The Celestials, 34%. No one was safe. He set his heart on the absolute total destruction of the entire universe just to honor his fallen family. Part 3. The Ancestors' Secret. So right as the universe is literally buckling under his power, the Pitris, these are Aurva's slaughtered ancestors. They learn what he's up to and they come down to intervene directly. And guys, this brings us to a massive rug pull moment in the text. Aurva is literally burning up the cosmos because he thinks it's exactly what his murdered family deserves. He genuinely believes he is paying them homage. But what did his slaughtered ancestors actually want? Did they even want this world-ending vengeance done in their name? The answer is a resounding no. And the truth? It is completely mind-bending. Aurva fully believed his ancestors were these tragic, helpless victims who just lacked the capacity to defend themselves against the murderous Kshatriyas. But the ancestors reveal their actual reality to him.
It was not from incapacity, they tell him, that they were indifferent to their own destruction. They were completely in control the whole time. They deliberately provoked the Kshatriyas so that the Kshatriyas would murder them. They orchestrated their own slaughter.
Part 4. A loophole for Hedem. Okay, you're probably asking why in the world would a group of supremely powerful beings orchestrate their own murder? Well, the ancestors explain their exact reasoning to Aurva, and it is a trip. Step 1. They grew weary of the incredibly long periods of life allotted to them. They were just tired of living and desired their own destruction. Simple enough. But step 2, they had a major problem. They couldn't just end it themselves because suicide absolutely disqualifies you from heaven. So, step 3, the workaround. They needed someone else to do the dirty work. So they took a bunch of wealth and deliberately hid it underground in their house, specifically with the object of enraging the Kshatriyas and picking a fatal quarrel. And the crazy thing? They didn't even care about the money. The text explicitly points out that Kuvera, the literal treasurer of heaven, already had a massive treasure put aside just for them. They had zero use for earthly wealth since they desired heaven anyway. They only hid it as bait. Which brings us to step 4. The plan works perfectly. The Kshatriyas attack, murder them, and the ancestors successfully bypass the cosmic rules, happily attaining the blessed regions they wanted all along. The whole wild scheme comes down to this one strict cosmic rule. They who commit suicide never attain to regions that are blessed. Reflecting on this rule, they abstained from self-destruction and instead just manipulated their enemies into doing it for them. It's basically an ancient, highly morbid, heavenly loophole. And the kicker? It completely invalidates Aurva's entire world-ending crusade.
Part 5. Killing the Wrath.
I mean, just imagine being Aurva in this moment. You are standing there generating enough sheer energy to destroy the literal universe, all for a crime that the victims actually wanted to happen. It's a tough pill to swallow. The ancestors are super clear with him. What Aurva desires to do is definitely not agreeable to them. They issue strict, direct commands to their thigh-born descendant. They tell him to restrain his mind from this sinful act of destroying the whole world. They explicitly order him, do not destroy the Kshatriyas and do not destroy the 7 worlds. He has got to stand down. And this brilliant moment really illustrates the ultimate lesson they impart to him. They deliver this final, incredibly powerful plea, "Oh, kill this wrath of thine that staineth thy ascetic energy." They are telling Aurva that his anger isn't righteous anymore. It's a stain. It's actively corrupting his incredible discipline and his power. The true victory, the actual homage he needs to pay them, isn't conquering the universe. It's conquering his own blinding rage. It is a really stunning resolution to such an epic buildup. And as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this question. How often do we let our own wrath burn up our energy for an offense we don't even fully understand? Aurva was ready to burn down all of creation for a grudge built entirely on a misunderstanding. It's a powerful, timeless reminder to check our own assumptions before we let anger just completely consume our energy. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this incredible ancient text. Keep questioning the stories you hear, and I'll see you in the next explainer.